How many times do you think we're going to play? I'm saying like 4. 3 or 4. Oh, are we?
I don't think you're going to have enough time for another song.
Yeah, we'll just play out.
Sounds good.
I remember when I wrote last summer,
Will you please stand as able for the posting of the colors presented by the Sam Houston State University ROTC Color Guard, and then join in singing the national anthem led by Mr. Christopher Michel, Associate Professor of Voice in the School of Music. Please remain standing until the Color Guard has exited the Coliseum.
Forward, march, left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, march time, march. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right, color guard, halt. Left, face. Reason, arms. Order, arms. Ready, face. Prepare to post. Colors. Present arms. Order, arms. Ready, face. Forward, march. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, forward, march. Left, right, left, right. Left, right.
You may be seated. Good morning, and welcome to Sam Houston State University. My name is Mike Stevenson. I'm Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it is my honor and my pleasure to welcome you to the single most important academic event of the year, the graduation of our students. Today is a day of joy and celebration as we acknowledge and honor the hard work and the outstanding academic accomplishments of the graduates from the College of Criminal Justice, the College of Health Sciences, the College of Science and Engineering Technology. Joining me on stage to celebrate this special day are members of the university administration, May I ask each to stand as their name is called. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. Dr. Elisa White, President. Amanda Withers, Interim Chief Financial Officer and Senior Vice President for Operations. Dr. Heather Thielemann, Senior Vice President for Strategic Enrollment and Innovation. Thelma Mooney, Interim Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. McCartney Johnson, Deputy to the President. Christopher Michel, Associate Professor of Voice. Dr. Ken Hendrickson, Dean of the Graduate School and Associate Provost. Dr. Emily Roper, Dean of the College of Health Sciences. Dr. John Pascarella, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering Technology. Dr. Philip Lyons, Dean of the College of Criminal Justice, and Larry Larison, President of the Alumni Board of Directors. Please join me in recognizing these members of the Platform Party. Additionally, today, the stage party is joined by department chairs, faculty, and the university administration who have instructed, advised, and counseled you during your years at SAM. Will the faculty, department chairs, and members of the university administration please stand and be recognized? Graduates, today is the culmination of your years of study at Sam Houston State University. It is only appropriate that you hear congratulatory remarks from our university president. It is my honor to introduce the president of Sam Houston State University, Dr. Elisa White, who will greet you and introduce our speaker.
Good morning. Honored guests, faculty, staff, alumni, and most especially our graduates. I was watching you come in and you just look perfect. You're perfect. This is the perfect culmination of a long, tough, but rewarding journey. And today we are here to honor you. And it is indeed an honor to serve as president of Sam Houston State University, and you're the reason why. Everything we do, everything students, faculty, staff, and administration do culminates today, your day, commencement day. As I look to see your families here with you, I think about those who were not able to come, some who didn't have an opportunity to go to school, some who did not have the ability to persevere. You are here because you had a commitment, you had support, you had determination and tenacity that already makes you an unusual achiever. And so remember, you paid a price to be here, cash your check, right? Now, I heard the phrase this morning, it takes a village, and it does. And there is a village here supporting you. I travel not just the state, but the country, and I meet with alumni, and almost to a one, the alumni tell me that what makes Sam Houston State special is the faculty. The faculty who've walked this journey with you, who've given you expert instruction, who do deep research, nationally known research in their fields of expertise. They have offered you help with internships, recommendations for graduate school or jobs. They've been here with you the whole time, and they're applauding you today. Staff are also often on the front line to help you get through. I remember as a student, it was very often that person who sat at the reception desk in the department who gave me the tissue when I couldn't find a parking place, gave me a tissue when I was worried about advising, gave me a tissue when I wasn't quite sure I was going to graduate, but I did. And so I want to thank the staff and the faculty who have walked this journey with you. Would you help me thank them? One of the things that makes us special is our diverse student population, including military-affiliated students, first-generation students, traditional and non-traditional. Last spring, I was honored to preside over a commencement in which a graduate who graduated with a graduate degree in physics, not a graduate, an undergraduate degree in physics, graduated at 75 years old. Wow. Yeah, you can applaud that one. So if you're a senior, it's not too late. Would be happy to have you back at SAM. Today, we have the privilege of seeing the youngest graduate cross the stage at 15 years old. All I can tell you is my teenage years were very different, and I am very impressed. This young man is earning a bachelor's degree in health sciences, and he will be a world changer. But each of you brings a different story and perspective, which enriches us all. So to all of today's graduates, there are people here today applauding you, and they have dreamed of this day far earlier than you. In fact, I bet they dreamed of this day before you learned to walk. So if you're a parent or a grandparent of a graduate, please stand and let us honor you. Yeah. So the good news is your bill's going to go down. The bad news is they're coming back home. If you're a spouse or a significant other of a graduate, please stand. You have most definitely sacrificed. And if you're a child, no matter how old you are, of a graduate, please stand. Now, this is my favorite. If you're a sibling of a graduate, please stand. That's our new freshman class right there. Now, why do we do that? We do it because you've all made sacrifices. You've all delayed vacations, put things on the back burner, because these folks right here are worth it. You're worth it. And just by being here today, you're making your family proud, and we're also proud. So thank you all for making education a priority in your family. You know, there are many here who have not just been here today, but in years past, who actually didn't know what they were going to do when they graduated. I was talking to our commencement speaker. I'm going to just give your line, but you told me that you remember this day more than 40 years ago. And I'll tell you about his career in a minute, but we don't always know exactly what we're going to do when we graduate. But they have found their path, and many of our alums are running million-dollar companies, our teachers of the year, our public servants. Their journeys started in the same as yours here at Sam Houston State University. You have demonstrated your ability to overcome challenges. You've accomplished your goals of obtaining a degree that will transform your lives, your families, and your communities. And in a few years, I'm going to be telling your story because you're still writing it. Graduates, if you're the first person in your family to graduate from college, please stand. Game changer! Congratulations. Congratulations. You may be seated. If you're graduating today and have served in the military, please stand. Thank you for your service to our country. You may be seated. So you're all Bearcats, and the entire Bearcat family celebrates your achievement. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Preston Johnson, Jr. Mr. Johnson earned his bachelor's degree in accounting from Sam Houston State University and a Master of Business Administration from the University of Houston. He was a member of Beta Gamma Sigma, Alpha Kappa Psi, I know I better not get that wrong, SHSU's accounting club, and a representative on the SHSU Student Government Association. After earning his bachelor's degree, he joined the Dow Chemical Company, where he climbed the ranks to become Global Director of Human Resources. He later joined Centerpoint Energy, where he led the human resources and shared services organizations as a senior vice president. Mr. Johnson worked with several Fortune 250 companies before being named president of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas Southeast region. He currently serves as an executive business consultant specializing in change leadership, talent management, employee development, succession management, executive coaching, and organization performance enhancement. He was named a distinguished alum at Sam Houston and the University of Houston, as well as being named to Sam Houston State University's College of Business Hall of Fame. He is completing his term as the Vice President of the Sam Houston State University Foundation, which ends at the end of this month. Graduates, you're in for a treat. And at this time, I present your commencement speaker, Mr. Preston Johnson.
Good morning and welcome to Johnson Coliseum. And the reason that's significant, they've already named the Coliseum after me, so what, you mean it's not mine? You're welcome. Okay, all right. Well, I'm so glad to be here with you this morning, and I'm going to say to President White and to the faculty and administration, the Board of Regents, the distinguished guests, friends, family, and more importantly, to you, the 2022 graduating class of Sam Houston State University. It is my extreme pleasure to be here with you this morning, and I'm prideful to be here, but I'm also deeply humbled, because as I stand before you this morning, this is a very important milestone in your career. Now, I have to confess that when President White first called me about this exciting opportunity, I thought maybe she dialed the wrong number. But I know President White doesn't make mistakes, so no, that couldn't be the case. And then I started to look around, and I thought maybe perhaps I was getting punked, and I started looking for Ashton Kutcher, and I wondered if he had Demi with him and Mila, but I couldn't find him. So I will also tell you that I got really nervous when I thought about this moment in time. President White has entrusted me with these very few moments with you as you celebrate this special day. And then the next thing, as all of us do, I got on the computer and I Googled. Wonder who the commencement speakers are around the world that are doing this right about this time. And man, I tell you, for a brief period, I felt really bad for you guys because you don't have the notoriety or the name speaker as some of these other commencements do. People like Biden and Winfrey and McConaughey and DeGeneres and Musk and Gates, and the list goes on. But then I snapped back to myself after I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I feel bad for them because you're going to be blessed with the opportunity to hear from someone who sat where you're sitting right now 45 years ago. Now, I know you're probably looking at me and you're saying, this fella is way too good looking to be that old. And one could only wish. But then I began to get really excited about today because you and I are going to be a part of history. This is a historical moment, as Dr. White talked about. We will be blessed with the graduation of the youngest graduate in our history, young Nehemiah Juniel. Nehemiah, where you at? Stand up. There he is. Let's give this man, a young man, a hand. 15 years old, and he's the youngest graduate that we've ever had since we founded this great university in 1879. Congratulations, Nehemiah. And may you continue to set the standard for excellence. I bet he's running out going to study for the MCAT right now, so we're going to try to be brief with you. But let's get back to the situation at hand. You guys are stuck with old Preston Johnson Jr. of Jurg, Texas, population 447, 446 now since I left. And I'll say that you got the better deal because I speak as one who sat right where you are. I'm a first generation graduate in my family. And like many of you, I stand before you today saying, is it possible? And I have to tell you that based on what I've seen over the last 45 years, it is possible to make possibilities out of impossibles. We've had some very difficult times, if you will, over the last 3 years. It's been tough, quite frankly. We had a lot of problems. We've had COVID 1, 2, 3, 4, monkeypox, inflation, social and political unrest, military actions, recession, and the list goes on. And there are many probabilities at play today. But as I stand here before you, I'm confident that each of you will have a hand in changing the current landscape and will provide to us a course correction and leave your mark on history that a new day is coming. And those probabilities are going to become possibilities. And you sit here, you might be saying, this old geezer doesn't know what he's talking about because we got some pretty serious problems right now. And I agree with you. These are clear and present challenges that we face. Quite frankly, the very fabric of our nation and the world is at stake. But I come with the message to not despair, because you, young people, are right where we need you to be at the time that we need for you to be. You're right where we need to be in order to make a change, and make a change that's going to make the world a better place. You will each have a hand in blazing a new path. Now, I wish there was a blueprint that we could pull off the shelf and we go to page 28 and there are some easy solutions that we could pull out and make all of this stuff go away. But it's not that easy. We've still got some serious and difficult moments ahead. And by the way, if it was easy, anybody could do it. I'm reminded growing up in Jurg as a youngster, out in those hot fields picking peas, picking cotton, hauling watermelons, hauling hay, and just about that time when it seemed that you can't go on any further, somebody would break out in a song like, "Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord." And before you know it, we had a Soul Train gospel line going down those rows of peas. People were happy because they knew that a better day was on the way. And as you sit here today, a better day is on the way, and you're going to play a big part in that. So with that experience, if you will allow, I'd like to share 3 major points with you. I call them the 3 P's, primarily because I'm not smart enough to think anymore past 3. And any more than 3 becomes, as my law school professor used to tell me, puffery. And so I'm not going to bore you with all of that, but I want to point these out to you. When I think of the 3 P's and the things that I've used over the last 45 years, I think about people, purpose, and passion. People, purpose, and passion. And let me say to you today, young people, as you graduate, you're writing a significant part of the beginning of your life story. Every step that you take from here on in will tell about your life and how you lived it. Let me be very clear in saying that everything that you do today will begin and end with people. I'm a human resources guy, so I know that. You will always need to work with, through, for people in order to have any chance of success. Understand that no matter where you are or what you're doing today, you're writing your life story, and that story can be shaped and changed by those whom you associate with. Be careful today as you invite others into your circle of life. Because it could be good, it could be bad. Because we tend to take on some of the characteristics of those that are around us. I will suggest to you also that you got to have a purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? And if you don't understand what your purpose is and why you're doing it, then why are you doing it? It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. As Richard Pryor used to say, it appears that there's a serious case of lunacy going on around here. Why are you doing what you're doing if you don't have a purpose? And I will say also that everything that you do in your purpose, you got to do it with passion. You got to attack it with passion. Everything that you do must be attacked with fervor and passion. You have to taste it. You have to smell it. And it's like me sitting down and eating a half-gallon bowl of Bluebell homemade ice cream. My wife will tell me, son, this is embarrassing, but it sure looks good. There was a young man up in Canada. He worked as a stock clerk, a night stock clerk. And he had many dreams. He dreamed big and bold dreams. And one day he decided, enough of this. He got in his old 240Z Datsun, now I think it's called Nissan, packed everything that he had in there and drove down to Hollywood, California. And when he got there, things didn't turn out as he had hoped for. His dream was not being fulfilled. He spent many nights sleeping in his car, sleeping on couches of his best friends, eating off of their plates, slipping into venues in order to just get something to eat. And when he was about at the end of his ropes and he had one check left in his checkbook, he did something kind of odd. He took that checkbook and he wrote the check out to himself. And he wrote it out for $5 million. And he dated that check 5 years from that date. And young people, as I stand before you today, I'm very happy to say that Jim Carrey cashed that check for $5 million, and he's cashed many more for $5 million since that point in time. He was successful beyond his wildest imagination and beyond his dreams. So as you're writing your life story, just know that it's possible. If you're successful, you're going to gain a lot of friends. Everybody's going to be your friends. If you run into a little bit of adversity, then you will know who your friends really are. Who will you today depend on to provide or help you shape the opportunities that could come your way? Today I have lots of acquaintances. I know people all over the world. But when I start to think about who are my true friends, I can count them on less than one hand. Today, as you begin your journey, as you begin this life story, understand that each day you're going to live and you're going to have peaks and valleys in your journey. And it's never going to be perfect. But the only thing that you have to do as you pursue your dream and as you pursue those opportunities is to be excellent at everything that you do. Because excellence can never be an exception. It must always be a prevailing mandate. For you see, any time that we let mediocrity slip into our life story, We become mediocre. Those who are around us become mediocre. And we adopt a just getting by mentality. Mediocrity is not acceptable anywhere near success. It's critically important that at the least of those who occupy space in your life story, you will write in their book and they will write in your book. Regardless of how you live and how the story is written, it will follow you for generations to come. Everyone that you touch will tell your story, and it will play out for your children, for your grandchildren, for your great-grandchildren, and for those beyond your generations. What is the legacy as you sit here today that you want to leave? I'm reminded of 3 friends out fishing, and they talked about the time when they're going to have to go home somewhere. They're going to die. And so the first individual said, "What do you want them to say about you at your funeral?" And he says simply, "I want them to say that I was a good man, that everything I did worked, I was perfect, I took care of my friends, I was just a good man." The second individual simply said, "I want them to say that I was a good husband, I was a good father, I was a good son, I was a good brother." And they looked at the third guy, and he was just sitting there. And they said, "Well, what do you want them to say about you?" And he looked at him and he said, "Well, if I'm dead, I really don't care what they say about me. But now that I think about it, the thing that I would like to hear them say is, 'Look, y'all, he's getting up.'" Some of y'all will get that down the freeway, okay? And I'm also reminded of a story about a professor who gave his students a final exam. And the last question on the exam simply said, "This question is going to be worth 50% of your grade. The question is, what is the name of the persons who cleans and organizes your classroom on a daily basis?" Do you know them? Do you know their names? Who are these people? Well, everybody like you. You're smart guys. And they thought this was a joke. The professor had an attack of lunacy. But it wasn't a joke. When one young man turned his paper in, he left that part blank. And the professor looked at him with surprise and just said, "At best, your grade's going to be 50. By this time, that student was pretty upset. And the professor simply stated to him that you're going to cross paths with many people throughout your lives. Each one will have an impact on your life, and you will have an impact on theirs. So the lesson learned from this exam question is that we will cross paths with a lot of people like Dorothy Williams, Ruby Martinez, and John Peterson. It is critically important that we take time to fully acknowledge and make a point to know and respect all those that we come in contact with. President Abraham Lincoln once said, "I really don't like this guy, but I should take time to get to know them." No matter what your station is in life, and no matter what their station is in life, that one defining moment in time could make the difference in the world for Dorothy, Ruby, and John. The message is that in this world, everyone is important, and it does matter to a very large degree how we conduct ourselves as human beings in the human race. In some form or some fashion, everyone we cross paths with in our chapter will join our life story. And I will also suggest as you establish your purpose for living, take advantage of every opportunity that is presented to you. My mind often harkens back to growing up in Jurg, Texas, a little small central Texas town. Folks, my graduating class at Leon High School was 32 people. We had about half white and half black in that class. We were diverse before everybody knew diversity was cool. And that I will also suggest that you establish your purpose, that when opportunities are presented, you gotta be ready to take them on and go for it. Jurg's a very small town, and as I graduated from went through high school, I worked on a ranch. It was called the Raisin L Ranch, and it was owned by a couple in Houston named Glenn and Judy Lilly. Today, Glenn and Judy are prominent members of the Houston Society, and they're huge benefactors to all because they always remember to give back as good as they got. A key for me is that these individuals took an interest in a young, scrawny, and yes, I mean scrawny at that time, but how time does change and reshape us. They took an interest in me and helped me rewrite my chapter book, because otherwise it could have been titled Clueless, Asleep at the Wheel, or Lost, because at that juncture in life, the only thing that I wanted to do at that time was drive a pickup truck and chew tobacco. But Glenn and Judy saw something different in me, and they saw something special. They gave me a chance to work very hard and learn as I worked. But I will have to tell you, when I was out there in those 100-degree weather, I really didn't see the opportunity in it, really didn't see the fun, and didn't understand how working that hard under those circumstances was going to get me to where I wanted to go. My other classmates were uptown, and they were having a lovely time up at the Dixie Queen. That's what we call it. I think they call it Dairy Queen today, but we call it Dixie Queen. They were dating the same girls that I only thought about, only wished I could date. They were having a wonderful time. And from my vantage point, life as I saw it at that moment, it was not very fair. The American dream was passing me by. And remember that each day as you go through and write your life story, there are going to be some minor setbacks. There will be life-altering events as you might see them. But remember that those minor setbacks are sometimes setbacks for a major comeback. The clear message learned is that you must take opportunity in every twist and turn in the road. And speaking of challenge, there was an elderly African-American lady down in Montgomery, Alabama, and her car broke down, it was pouring down, raining, and she didn't know what she was going to do. And coming along about that time, there was a young white college student. He had a decision to make at that point in time. Do I stop to help this person who seems to be in trouble or in need, or do I just mind my business and keep on? He decided to stop and help and allowed her to go on to where she was headed. About 2 weeks later, there was a knock at his door. And what they found is that delivery people were delivering to him a 25-inch color console TV. Now understand, there wasn't a whole lot of color TVs in Montgomery, Alabama at that time. And with that color TV came a note, and it simply said, "Young man, I want to thank you for your generosity. I want to thank you for helping me. My husband thank you, and I thank you, because your act of generosity allowed me to spend the last 2 hours of my husband's life here on earth. And for your generosity, I just say thank you." And the note was signed Mrs. Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole is by far one of the greatest entertainers in the history of America. And Mrs. Nat King Cole knew challenge and the power of extending the helping hand. And as you live and breathe here today, know that it's tough to make a fist with an outstretched hand when that hand is angled toward hope and possibility for others as well as yourself. The other thing that you'll find is that some people will always have their hand in your pocket. Someone once said, it sure is difficult to climb the ladder of success when you have your hands in your pocket. And it gets more difficult when others have their hand in your pocket. Young people, graduating class of 2022, where are your hands today? I hope they're aimed toward success and they're extending hope to others. Giving back to others and extending the hand of hope should not be a burden, but serve as an opportunity to make a difference in how the story turns out for all of us. Prime Minister Winston Churchill once said that opportunity dances with those who end up on the dance floor. As we reflect on the people who prepared us for our opportunity to get on the dance floor, it's important to simply acknowledge that those individuals sacrificed so that you and I could join the dance floor. I'm reminded of my choreographers, Preston and Versie Johnson. Preston dropped out of school after completing the 7th grade to work the family farm. And because his dad, Jesse, who was a good man, thought that there was more value in growing crops and taking care of the family rather than your nose in a book in a classroom. Versie dropped out of school after completing her 10th grade, and she worked on the family farm, and you know what? She ended up marrying a dapper young fellow named Preston. Regardless of their own circumstances and their situation, they both understood deeply that education was a great differentiator versus others in life. Their support and development of 5 children allowed each of us to go on and get college education. And they spoke volumes about their values and their beliefs and understanding that the true meaning of taking one's potential outcome shapes your story of possibility. I bet as you look around right now that there are parents and family and friends and teachers that you can say a similar story about. I know my parents made huge sacrifices, and so did yours. Now I'm fixing to get in trouble here. But I want you to look around this house, and I want you to find the people who allowed you to get onto the dance floor and made a difference in your opportunity to sit where you are today. I want you to find them. I want you to stand up, and I want you to wave at them and just say, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad. I want you to stand up. Find them. I thank you so much for humoring me. I know it's about the time for you getting your legs are getting kind of tired and you needed a break there, but thank you. Thank you, because we understand that if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't have been able to make it today. And President White, while I'm getting in trouble, let me also suggest that tomorrow morning, as you're jumping out of your bed and your cell phone hits the floor and you bend down to pick it up and you're on your knees looking under that bed, that you remember that there is most certainly a higher power who has guided your step and is making an impossibility become possible. As I close, we celebrate your achievement. It's a great day, and in and of itself is tremendous. But tomorrow will require much more of us. In addition to being successful in your chosen field, it is also our hope that each of you will lead the lives and hold true to good values and morals in all that you do. A famous minister once said, the most dangerous criminal in our society today is a man or woman gifted with reason, but they have no morals. And I think you'll agree with me that we've seen quite a few of these dangerous criminals over the last few decades. President White, I'm looking at this group of graduates, and all right, I don't see no criminals in this group of graduates. I don't see no lawbreakers. Don't let greed and lapses in integrity and trust and judgment make you a danger to society. Your achievement today is the start. You will find that over the next 40 years, you will need to reinvent yourself many times. Think about it. The top 10 jobs in 2022 didn't even exist in 2010. Much of the technology that we're going to need for the next decade hadn't even been invented yet. Today, there are approximately 168 billion searchers on Google each month. In 2006, that number was 2.7 billion. The first text message was sent in 1992, and it was simply 2 words, Merry Christmas. Today, the number of text messages sent and received throughout the world is larger than the world's population. Today, I'm very gratified to say that as I look over here, and I look over there, and I look down yonder, and as I look to the north and the south and the east and the west, I see a new sun rising. A new day is coming, and that new day is coming because of individuals like yourself, because you're going to play a historic part in making a difference and change the world. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because the true change for good cannot happen without you. Don't give up. Now is not the time to tap out. Today begins what I call a new vibration that will shape generations to come. And do me a favor, live each day as if it was your last. The road ahead is not going to be easy. Quite frankly, it's going to be difficult. But regardless, I'm always comforted by the words of the Reverend Dr. Billy Graham. In that deep Southern voice, he simply said, I read the last page of the Bible, and let me tell you, everything's going to be all right. This too is going to pass. Are you ready to play your part in that passage? These are very interesting times, but there's never been a better time to begin your journey and finish writing your life story. My mom used to say to us day in and day out, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Be the best, young people. Be the best. We celebrate you today knowing that everything's going to be all right. And I thank you for allowing me to participate in this very proud moment in your life. Best wishes to each of you for a successful, happy, prosperous, healthy, and good life. And may the Most High bless and keep each of you as you begin your journey. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. That is awesome. We appreciate those inspiring words today. It is now time for the conferral of degrees. It is my privilege to ask all the degree candidates to rise as able. President White, based on the recommendations of the faculty of Sam Houston State University, I am pleased that these degree candidates have fulfilled all of the academic requirements necessary for receiving a diploma. I am honored to present them to you today for the awarding of their respective degrees.
Thank you, Provost Stevenson. Upon the recommendation of the faculties of Sam Houston State University and by the authority vested in me as president by the Board of Regents of the Texas State University System, I hereby confer upon you individually the degree to which you are entitled with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Let me be the first to congratulate you as the newest graduates of Sam Houston State University.
You may be seated. In your program are the name of those bachelor degree recipients who have distinguished themselves through outstanding academic achievement. Cum laude recipients achieved an overall GPA of at least a 3.5. Will those students graduating cum laude please rise and be recognized? Congratulations, you may be seated. Magna cum laude students achieved an overall GPA of a 3.67. Will all those students who are graduating magna cum laude please rise and be recognized? Congratulations. Finally, summa cum laude graduates achieved an overall GPA of a 3.86 or higher. Will those students graduating summa cum laude please rise and be recognized? Congratulations. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, the roll call of graduates. Here we go. Graduates, as a courtesy to your fellow Bearcats, no selfies while you are on the stage. Please return to your seat and remain in the auditorium until all the graduates have received their diplomas. Family and friends, we're going to practice. You are encouraged to both clap, you can practice, and cheer loudly. Yep. Not as loud. Yep. You can cheer and clap as they cross the stage. In a display of respect for the graduates and their families, I respectfully ask that you not use artificial noisemakers as the names are called. The reason being that we want to ensure that the name of each graduate that can be fully heard by the family and friends that are here today on this very special day. At this time, I ask Dr. Philip Lyons, Dean in the College of Criminal Justice, to begin the roll call of the doctoral graduates.
Will the marshals please escort the recipients of the doctoral degrees from the College of Criminal Justice?
Graduating with her PhD, Jessica Lynn Ayala, and her chair is Dr. Sarah Kerrigan. Graduating with a PhD from the College of Criminal Justice, Nicholas Terry Harpster, and his chair, Dr. Michael S. Vaughn.
Pasquarella, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering Technology, to announce the doctoral graduates.
Will the marshals please escort the recipients of the doctoral degrees from the College of Science and Engineering Technology?
Doctor of Philosophy, College of Science and Engineering Technology, Sundar Krishnan, and his chair, Dr. Naramisha Shashidhar. Doctor of Philosophy, Asharniya, Chair, Dr. Narasimha Shashidhar. Doctor of Philosophy for Kampaligu, Chair, Dr. Sahan Varal.
Dean in the College of Criminal Justice to begin the roll call for the Master and Bachelor's graduates.
I'll make it.
Will the marshals please escort the recipients of the Master and Bachelor degrees from the College of Criminal Justice to the platform?
Abrar Ahmed. Kayla Alanis. Juan Pablo Alonso. Nestor Adrian Ayala. Alan J. Banks. Michael Stanley Bell. Heather Elise Chavez. Gregory Thompson Clark. Paige Elizabeth Delgado. Katrina Marie Duckworth. Robert K. Freeman. Brenda Ann Georgi. Destiny Rose Gonzalez. Yvette Gonzalez. Larika Andrea Harris. Maria Rocio Hernandez. Derek Jeremiah Jackson. Chloe Brickell James. Allison Grace Condrat. Joseph Lara. Dakota Nicole Leal. Alyssa Celeste Lenars. Adriana C. Mancha Ramos. Jaden Mackay Mathis. Lauren Victoria McCormick. Walter Daniel Melnick. Andrea Mendez. John Clinton Montgomery. Varian Lindell Oliver. Danielle Orlas. Chukwana Ongechi Osugi. Andres Gabriel Puente. Megan Alexandra Reif. Elizabeth Ann Rogers. Salome Salazar. Jennifer Renee Saldana. Roland A. Smith. Brittany Michelle Tilley. Ashley Nicole Tomei. Wayna Sue Ward. Rebecca Lynn Washington. Tony Alanis. Ashante Aldape. Kaylin Denise Alexander. Graduating cum laude, Clarissa Renee Alvarado. Alondra Anaya Morales. Graduating magna cum laude, Megan Lee Bailey. Alicia Rochelle Barnes. Brianna Ray Barrett. Dakota Alicia Beggs. Kaylee Ann Bemis. Melanie Hade Benitez. Ashlyn Brooke Berry. Graduating cum laude, Jack Ryan Boucher. Graduating magna cum laude, Bethany Nicole Bradley. Alondra Anahi Briones Escamilla. Graduating summa cum laude, James Roy Brooks. Haley Alexis Brown. Emily Renee Calloway. Leslie Conchola Rangel. Jasmine A. Cantu. Hagi Fernando Cardona Sanchez, Honors College. Andrew Carranza. Honors College, Anna E. Celeste Carrion. Ethan Daniel Casey. Alexandria Joy Certain. Bailey Ann Sharon. Mackenzie Lee Cook Husky. Tyrese Mitchell Cooley. Veronica Nicole Cortez Ellerman. Zachary Chase Crocker. Keanu Chantel Davis. Graduating magna cum laude, Anthony M. Cruz. Rebecca Zoanne Darnell. Graduating cum laude, Marco A. De Leon. Also graduating cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Vanessa Galindo. Maritza Dominguez Pozas. Matthew Robert Driscoll. Nicholas Carmine Elmore. Graduating summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Josie Crystal Escobedo. Cum laude, Ann Elizabeth Falconer. Cum laude, Kyle Fitzpatrick. Evan Emmerich Fedor. Ashley V. Ford. Dylan Thomas Franz. Jalissa Christine Garcia. Cum laude, Joshua Garcia. Kayla Renee Garcia. Maria Del Rocio Rosas. Shayna Renee Garrett. Cassandra Garza. Eric Gomez. Candace Lachey Graves. Rokisha L. Grigsby. Kaylee Michelle Guerra. Nakia Harley. Alexis Janae Harris. Brittany Lynette Harris. Mariah Ann Hubert. Diamond Olanku Jaffetz. Graduating magna cum laude from the with honors from the Honors College, Sandra Luisa Jimenez. Graduating cum laude, Delani Breon Johnson. Tyler Ross Johnson. Crystal Darica Franchell Jones. Teresa Michelle Jones. Dara E. Kaiser. Seth Charles Kelly. Nita Khan. Magna cum laude, Amani Saniya Dalil Landers. Cum laude, James Dean Laughlin. Linda Marie LeBlanc. Christian Anthony Leguizamo. Samantha K. Lightfoot. Justine A. Limon. Kelsey Rochelle Main. Jennifer Maldonado. Kevin Ivan Martinez. Tanjane R. Mays. Lisa Brianna Lynn. Graduating magna cum laude, Tyler Ray Mattingly. Matthew Andrew McPhillips. Esther Elisa Mendez. Maria Felix Y. Narvez. Sydney E. Nebecker. Yesenia Murari Morales. Magna cum laude, Karen Yamil Manzano Bonfil. Aline Mulasi. Rachel Nicole McCarty. Stacy W. Naraga. Destiny Brianna Northern. Lisbeth Okamura. Cum laude, Brittany I. Parada. Hugo Hidalgo Oquedo. Joseph Odell Penny. Jorge Arturo Mayorga. Ariel M. McLean. Damian LaRue O'Neill Jr. Jesse A. Munoz. Logan James O'Keefe. Graduating summa cum laude, Regan Brianne Perry. Magna cum laude, Taylor Lay Pacina. Magna cum laude, Lauren Ray Petru. Chrysalin T. Petway. Leah Alexis Pearson. Angelica Puenta. Elena Cecilia Quenada. Daniel Jr. Ramirez. Clarence Reed Richardson. Demi Monet Richardson. Magna cum laude, Catherine Rivera Odd. Elena Michelle Roberts. Cum laude, Taylor Ann Rogers. Summa cum laude, Alexander R. Rodriguez. Roberto Dominic Rodriguez. Vinay Salazar. Sloan Renee Schwartz. Magna cum laude, Caitlin Elise Scobie. Juan Jose Cerna III. Summa cum laude, Ashley Rosendo. Tyler Henry Sims. Caitlin Nicole Sisson. Kylie E. Smith. Eliana Noemi Soto. Jacob Ray Splawn. Jordan Nerese Stowe. Bienvenue B. Theodore. Stephanie Tristan. Yaslin Adela Umanzer Molina. Cum laude, Brenda Vargas. Summa cum laude, Elliot Laughlin Vermeulen. Summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Sabrina Nicole Villegas. Amaya Monique Walker. Amy W. Walker, magna cum laude. Cum laude, Jenna E. White. Magna cum laude, Lauren Ashley Whitney. Sierra Michaela Wildenthaler. Avery Leanne Williams. Waverly Inping Williams. Tyler James Wilson. Michael Alexandria Uja. Jordan Cole Perry.
ask Dr. John Pascarella, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering Technology, to begin the roll call of the master's and bachelor's graduates.
Will the marshals please escort the recipients of the master and bachelor degrees from the College of Science and Engineering Technology to the platform?
Hannah Mackenzie Albritton. Antonia Mary Collett. Jeffrey George Dean Jr. David T. Ferris. Kumadu de Salva Gabak Hawage. Rebecca G. Goodman. Cheyenne Elizabeth Hale. Caitlin Danielle Hulsefeld. Kotawaku Arkeagi Kumarahami. Julian Anthony Marquez. Brian J. Mashburn. Brendan Paul McIntosh. Katrina Kimberly Mutafis. Nicholas Baram Rieger. Dulipa Srinath Simbuki Leonge. Samara Elizabeth Simons. Justin Zachary Smith. Donna L. Stepanian. Christopher A. Stickney. Stuart Wayne Tillman. Cum laude, Kathleen Nicole Aiken. Elena Victoria Alvarez. Amy Elizabeth Andrews. Damalola J. Dylan Alberto Barquero. Kylie Elise Bassett. Celeste Renee Bysert. Brittany Ann Bell. Summa cum laude, Carolyn Joy Bienvenue. Jared Luis Brantley. Cum laude, Michelle Bray. Preston Lane Bunner. Marshayla C. Birkins. Jenny Alexis Cernan. Cody Keith Clark. Magna cum laude with honors from the Honors College, Olivia Inez Cody. Magna cum laude, Charles L. Cunningham. Jamila L. Curry. Rohan Dahal. Jacob K. Davis. Cum laude, Noah Ray Davis. Skylar Hope Deloney. Weston Linton Dew. Kaylee Marie Ellis. Megan Laurel Forbes. Tyler Douglas Ford. Taryn Justin Fasadi. Jonathan Lee Fountain. Danielle Nathan Gates. Lexi B. Getty. Hunter John Glick. Muhammad Amin Barazil. Ilker Balkan. Genesee Grover. Marco Antonio Guerra. Ginyard. Jennifer Ginyard. Joshua Eric Williams Hamilton. Amanda Lee Hayden. Lauren Nicole Hoffman. Donald F. Hightower. Matthew Tabor Hinton. Kishana Markela Iman Jackson cum laude. Nicholas A. Jacobs. Hannah Lynn Joy. Anna Grace Kishnick. Georgianne Marie Lannis. Catherine G. McKenzie. Kylie Brianne Masters. Cum laude Bradley Craig McDonald. Connor Ryan McMichael. Moses Mendoza. Taylor Elizabeth Moore. Christian Gaylord Monsivius. Daniel Moon. Sarah Lynn Moore. Elliot True Norman. Aaliyah Rachel Pierce. Clay Andrew Perkins. Graduating magna cum laude Edwin Eugene Pearson III. Jeremy F. Robertson. Ryan Austin Rodriguez. Cum laude Aubrey Lou Smith. Bailey Elizabeth Smith. Logan Monroe Smith. Jorge Eduardo Sosa. Kyle Ray Stanford. Cum laude Kevin Antonio Stump. Skylar Morgan Swearingen. Gregory Shemi Slaw Shot. Graduating cum laude Morgan Suzanne Tynert. Alexa Ariana Telez. Edie Marie T-Bear. Matthew Joseph Timmer. Angel Torres. Victoria Tron. Ruby Melcy Trujillo. Zane Thomas Vedito. Summa cum laude Jessica Lynn Whipple. Timothy Whitlock. Cum laude Annika Janae Whitner. Evan Andrew Wold. Dylan L. Zaplak. Brianna Ashley Zayas.
At this time, I ask Dr. Emily Roper, Dean in the College of Health Sciences, to begin the roll call of graduates for master's and bachelor's degrees.
Will the marshals please escort the recipients of the master and bachelor degrees from the College of Health Sciences to the platform?
Jody M. Harcher Harvey. Sydney M. Beverly. Bono Chaya Chowdhury. Ryan Dre. Cortland Lee Gaddis. Tamika Nicole Hubbard. Usetti Stephanie Amakar. Raven Turner. Caroline Velez. Alana Danielle Alston. Justin Kwakubodi Antwi. Ugona Brian Anyaki. Emily Yadira Arredondo Hernandez. Magna cum laude, Macy Ray O'Quinn. Kaylin Dawn Ballard. Yesenia Barajas. Amanda Michelle Barbusson. Clarissa Arlene Benavides. Tierra Brescia Branch. Cum laude, Stacy Damaris Caro. Magna cum laude, Emily Zoe Castillo. Sarah Lauren Cobble. Stephen Andrew Sathio. Felicity Lene Cheatham. Cameron Danielle Cooper. Natalie Cortez. I think I got this one. Brianna Nicole Kugat. I had her in class. Winston Armani Crosby. I had her in class. Andrea Cruz. Tanner Allen Day. Alexandria Naomi De La Rosa. Anthony Jason Del Close. Amber Joy Deal. Cum laude, Abigail J. Dodge. Baylor E. Duffing. Emily Renee Espinoza. Stella Nana Kunedu Essel. Magna cum laude, Hareb Tita Shape Falison. Blaney Ferrones. Dustin Thomas Fikach. Alyssa Morgan Fitzgerald. Sienna Nicole Frias. Raj Yogesh Gandhi. Antoine Tyrese Golson. Graduating cum laude, DeAndrea M. Gibson. Jasmine Lamacia Johnson. Chelsea Gonda. Hannah Grace Gunter. Thomas Eli Hill. Kennedy M. Hooper. Trevor Dylan Howard. Alice Chloe Hurd. Nehemiah Maurice Janelle, cum laude. Cassidy A. Kimler. Cum laude, Carly Alice King. Sean Allen Labette. Mattia Alexis Long. Jenny Lee Brooke Lavelle. Deshauna Lynn Lyons Denton. Brandon Roland Marquez. Bailey Samuel McCarthy. Samantha Marie Mendoza. Giselle Cruz Morales. Michaela Leanne Munoz. Melissa Ann Murphy. Rebecca Lynn Newton. Caitlin Nicole Oliver. Jasmine Nicole Otero. Hayden Joseph Park. Taylor Renee Ferris. Alexander H. Pransky. Madison Audrey Jean Prince. Magna cum laude, Azaria Jessie Ragbeer. Sarah Elizabeth Ramirez. Alexander Joseph Kim Rennick. Vincent A. Skakoza. Christopher J. Scott. Karina Marciela Sermeno. Magna cum laude, Chloe Clell Schaefer. Magna cum laude, Macy Elizabeth Skanes. Cum laude, Tony Antoine Stallings. Mackenzie Stobner. Summa cum laude, Kaylee Jenna Switzer. Summa cum laude, Olivia Danielle Taylor. Jessica Lynn Kennebrew. Angel Rayshawn Thompson. Tuti Tran. Lihia Elena Valadares. Cum laude, Genesis Ebenezer Verdin.
Chloe Elizabeth Want.
Chloe Elizabeth Want. Sakina Ann Whitley. Sasha Dawn Wimbley. Catherine Alyssa Giraldo.
At this time, I ask Captain Josh Coolidge to come forward to administer the U.S. Army Officer Oath of Office to our newest Army Lieutenant.
All right. For the last time, Cadet Jordan Perry, please raise your right hand. I state your full name.
I, Jordan Paul Perry,
Having been appointed an officer in the United States Army
appointed an officer of the United States Army
in the grade of second lieutenant,
in the grade of second lieutenant,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental preparation and diversion of
outstanding, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. Please join me in offering a round of applause to our newest second lieutenant.
On behalf of all who enjoy the freedoms of these young men and women will be defending, I offer thanks for your commitment and your service, and to all military personnel who may be present or may be watching today, please know that your sacrifices are genuinely and truly appreciated. Will now all the graduates please rise? Undergraduates, you may now move your tassels to the left. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, our latest graduates from Sam Houston State University. Congratulations. You may be seated. I now ask Mr. Larry Larison, President of the Alumni Board of Directors, to say a few words to our graduates.
Good morning. I'm Larry Larison, a proud graduate of the class of 1977. and the current president of the Sam Houston State University Alumni. On behalf of the Alumni Association, it is an honor and a privilege to offer congratulations to you on your most distinguished occasion of your graduation and welcome you in the Bearcat family of more than 140,000 around the world and in our nation. At this time, will the graduates please stand? Congratulations to you. It is my distinct honor to induct you into membership of the Sam Houston State University Alumni Association, conferring upon you the full privileges and responsibilities appertaining to your alumni status. Congratulations, and you may be seated. Please accept our gifts of a one-year complimentary membership to the Alumni Association and a lapel pin located in your graduation tube to wear and show your Bearcat pride wherever you go. Let us help you with alumni networks and alumni in your region to build new Bearcat connections around the world. Together, we can help sculpt the future of this great institution. Congratulations, and eat 'em up, cats.
Graduates, we are so proud of you. Congratulations on achieving today. The diploma you worked so hard to earn will fundamentally change your future. Please take time to celebrate this important accomplishment in your life. Now, as you go and write the rest of your life story, remember that you are a Bearcat alumnus and be proud to share that loudly with others. We cannot wait to see what you accomplish next. To conclude today's event, will you please stand and join Mr. Michel in singing the alma mater? The words can be found on page 3 in your program. At the conclusion of the alma mater, please remain standing while the platform party exits.